Good evening, folks. Thank you. We're all at home this evening in Cork, Ireland, just in case you're not from Cork, which a lot of you I know are from different parts of the world. So good evening to you, folks. It's a very blustery kind of winterish evening here, Kathleen, isn't it?
Oh, it's miserable.
The wind is blowing. If you hear the wind in the background, you know, it adds to the ambience, good, bad or indifferent.
The stove is lighting, so he's going to be sweltering.
I'm going to be red and white tonight, folks. My face is going to be red, as my daughter Lorna said earlier. She said, don't get too excited, she said, because your face is going to be red and your beard is white. Just for the occasion. So, and I cut the hair and left the beard. So this is going to be Downty. Where do we go, Kathleen? Downty here?
What do you?
We'll have a charity night, maybe in 2 months' time or something, when it's touching my belly button.
Oh, God.
I might have to lift up my shirt to prove that
I don't think they need to see that, no.
Okay. It's okay. So it's going to be, as I mentioned, Cork songs or songs from Cork composers. And one of the folk singers we hold in high esteem here is Jimmy Crowley. He's if anyone asks you, you know, folk singer from Cork, Jimmy is first on the list, and rightly so. And he collected so many songs and wrote songs, great songs as well, and gave songs to people like me to sing, a bit like Christy Moore and Luke Kelly, Pete Seeger, all those people. So he's a conduit for songs, or a catalyst for song lyrics and stuff like that. But anyway, this one is all about some whiskey barrels, and cider were stored in these barrels, and the cider, you know, I suppose took on some of the whiskey taste and alcohol as well, and it became a very strong commodity, and was known as Johnny Jump Up. And if you listen carefully to the song, it seems like good stuff to me anyway. I'll tell you a story that happened to me one day as I went down to Galway to sea. The sun that was bright and the day it was warm, says I, a quiet pint wouldn't do me no harm. I went in and I called for a bottle of stout. Says the barman, I'm sorry, all the beer is sold out. Try whiskey or paddy, 10 years in the wood. Says I, I'll try cider, I heard it is good. Oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny Jump Up. After lowering a quart I made straight for the yard, where I bumped into Brophy, the big civic guard. Come here to me, boy, don't you know I'm the law? I up at me fist and I shattered his jaw. Well, he fell to the ground with his knees doubled up, but it wasn't I hit him, 'twas Johnny Jump Up. The next thing I saw down in Youghal by the sea was a cripple on crutches, and says he to me, I'm afraid of me life, I'll be hit by a car. Won't you help me across to the railwayman's bar? After lowering a quart of the cider so sweet, he threw down his crutches and he danced on his feet. Never, oh never, oh never, oh never, oh never again. If I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny Jump Up. I went up the Lee Road, a friend for to see. They call it the Madhouse in Cork by the Lee. And when I got up there, the truth I do tell, they had the poor bugger locked up in a cell. Says the guard testing him, say these words if you can. Around the rugged rock, the ragged rascal ran. Tell them I'm not crazy, tell him I'm not mad. If was only a drop of the bottle I had. Oh never, oh never, oh never again, if I lived to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny Jumbo. Well, a man died in the Union by the name of McNabb. They washed and they laid him outside on a slab. And after O'Connor his measurements to take, his wife took him home to a bloody fine wake. It was about 12 o'clock and the beer it was high. The corpse he sat up and says he with a sigh, I can't get to heaven, they won't let me up till I bring them a barrel of the Johnny Jumbo. Oh never, oh never, oh never again, if I live to 100 or 110. I fell to the ground and I couldn't get up after drinking a quart of the Johnny Jumbo. Johnny Jumbo, great stuff. Not as good as this, Kathleen, no?
Maybe not.
This is a new whiskey, folks. When I say new, a few years old. There's a kind of smaller distilleries cropping up all around the place, and I was friendly with a guy actually who was part of this creation, and they also make Poke's whiskey down there in West Cork, and this is Tanora, another Cork famous soft drink, tangerine drink, and Thady O'Shea, you're the man that suggested a Cork night, and Thady's profile picture, if my memory serves me right, is a bottle of Tanora. Beautiful tasting. I should be drinking it myself tonight, Kathleen. You had the can of 7-Up open before I thought about it.
Yeah, you should.
Great stuff to quench thirst. Lovely, unique flavour and taste. If you're ever in Cork, please try it. And okay, I'm going to do a song next, and I'm dedicating this one to Willie Kiley, his birthday is tomorrow, so happy birthday to you, Willie. And this is from Carol, and happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Willie, happy birthday to you. And I mentioned tonight's going to be songs about Cork and also about Cork people, Cork places, Cork things, and from composers from Cork as well. And we claim Jimmy McCarthy as a Cork man, born in Macroom, and wrote beautiful songs covered by many. And the next one is about a guy called Jack Doyle. He's the gorgeous Gael he was known as, and great singer, boxer, lover, and actor as well. And but the bottle got the best of him. That last song was about drink as well, and a funny song really. This one is not that funny. It's a sad song when it comes to. It's a true song about Jack Doyle, and he fell foul of alcohol and ended up dying a pauper. And this one is called a Contender. Beautiful song written by Jimmy McCarthy. Dedicate this to you, Willie, on your birthday. Enjoy tomorrow. Now when I was young and I was in my day, sure I'd steal what woman's heart there was away, and I'd sing unto the dawning, song ablaze unto the morning, long before I was the man you see today. I was born beneath the star that promised all. I could have lived my life between Cork, Cove and Youghal, but the wheel of fortune took me From the highest point she shook me, by the bottle live and by the bottle I shall fall. 'Cause there in the mirror on the wall I see the dream is fading, from the Contender to the Brawl. Ring the rose and matador waving. And when I die, I'll die drunk down on the street. You can count me out to 10 in clear defeat. Wrap the starry plough around me, let the piper's air resound me, and there I'll rest until the Lord of love I'll meet. 'Cause there in the mirror on the wall I see the dream is fading, from the Contender to the Brawl. The ring, the rose and matador raving. And when I die, I'll die drunk down on the streets. He can count me out to 10 in clear defeat. Wrap the starry plough around me, let the piper's air resound me, and there I'll rest until the Lord of love I'll meet. Wrap the starry plough around me, let the piper's air resound me, there I'll rest until the Lord of love I'll meet. Thank you so much, folks, and that was especially for you, Willie. And I'm going to do a song I wrote myself next. I'm from Cork, and I'm a Cork composer, so I think I fit the criteria, Kathleen.
Definitely.
And as I mentioned earlier in the year, you know, the War of Independence is now being commemorated in Ireland with the last while, and locally here in Dripsey there was an ambush, and I wrote a song about it, and this is the song we're going to sing. And today, as a matter of fact, we handed over the proceeds of the CD sales so far to the Memorial Committee, and the profit totaled for €455 to date, and hopefully we'll sell a few more, but I was talking to the committee and they're going to put it to good use, and they've made a great job of the monument site. And here goes. On the 28th of January in the year of 21, the IRA were ready with uniform and gun. 'Twas a bitter Friday morning, just before daylight. Near Godfrey's Cross they gathered and waited for the fight. The British were expected and the ambush it was planned. An escape route was agreed and now the wait began. But Mrs. Lindsay knew before and gave the game away. The British, they were well prepared and now we're on their way. All you who fought in Dripsey on that cold January day, some gave your lives for freedom and others got away. Your deeds will be remembered in our country's history. Your brave and gallant men have helped to set old Ireland free. The local priest had warned them that the British were aware. The IRA did not believe and kept on waiting there. They saw the British coming and they knew it spelt defeat. Then the IRA commander gave the order to retreat. Many managed to escape through local fields and glen. 8 IRA were captured and 2 local men. 5 were sentenced for to die by British firing squad on the 28th of February to be sent to meet their God. All you who fought in Dripsey on the cold January day, some gave your lives for freedom and others got away. Your deeds will be remembered in our country's history. You brave and gallant men have helped to set old Ireland free. Now Lindsay, she was captured with her chauffeur Clark, and then were taken hostage upon the mountains dark. But Lindsay's letter was ignored. They shot the sentenced men. In Cork jail they were laid to rest. We won't see their lives again. Now Lindsay and her chauffeur Clark were destined for to die. The IRA, they killed them into a common grave to lie. Her body, it was disinterred and never was returned. On the night after they both were killed, her Leamount house was burned. All you who fought in Dripsey on the cold January day, some gave your lives for freedom and others got away. Your deeds will be remembered in our country's history. Your brave and gallant men have helped to set old Ireland free. Your brave and gallant men have helped to set old Ireland free. We remember all those who died for our freedom, and the song is factual and a bit gory but factual, and we got to remember those brave men who gave their lives, and women of course. And thank you very much, folks. Next one is, I keep on saying this, but just in case you're a newcomer, I sang this song for the first time at my wedding back in 1988, the 30th of July. And Michael Jackson was in Cork and I missed the concert for the wedding. We're still here, Kathleen, and Michael isn't, unfortunately. And the song was very new at the time, again written by Jimmy McCarthy, called Katie. And I dedicate this to you, Kathleen, and also to Patty Kennedy over there in Massachusetts, and Tom, our great friends and hosts in Massachusetts. And I've been singing it ever since, so that makes, this is the 33rd year, Kathleen, is it? Singing this song. It was released by Mary Black, I think, in 1987, just the year before. Tumbling curls of green, by string of streaming lights, and the yellow-coloured lampshades used to keep us up all night, and the smile upon your face, the tears upon your cheek, and the night sky on the window, your heart calling out to me. Come running home again, Katie, come running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die, Shall I cause another tear from your eye? Mirror that don't talk, nightgown on the door, the old pedal singer just won't sing no more. You can roll reels for hours from the movie of this book. Some question mark on this heart of mine sends an elder back to look. I'm running home again, Katie. I'm running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? I'm looking through a tunnel back into the room, like a genius of a druid. The sunlight floods the tomb, and I'm never going back there. I couldn't anyway, as though I made a great escape, I never got away. Running home again, Katie. I'm running home again. Cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye? I'm running home again, Katie. I'm running home again. And cross my heart and hope to die. Shall I cause another tear from your eye, Katie? Katie. Katie. Just folks, if you see me closing my eyes and stuff, it's just getting into the song. Sometimes I leave the song, a lot of the time really, so forgive me if I'm not eyeballing you all out there. And getting more relaxed as the year progresses, and
Sure.
you got to put up with my traits. Myself and my brother Tim and Dan O'Sullivan, we had a folk group going back in the 80s. You remember that, Kathleen?
I do.
You're old enough to remember that, yeah. And the next song, I don't know why it reminds me of Tom Coughlin looking in, is he? If he's not anyway,
I don't know.
He might look in later on, but it reminds me of
Sometimes he's late looking in.
Reardon's Fancy, Kathleen, our manager, Con Reardon's band. And again, War of Independence, the song is apt. It's called The Boys from the County Cork. I haven't sang it with probably 30 years as well. First time with the banjo, we'll see what happens. You'll find in history's pages heroes of great fame, the deeds they done, the battles won, and how they made their name. But the men who made the history for the orange, white and green were the men who died in Dublin town in 1916. Some of them came from Kerry, some of them came from Clare, Dublin, Wicklow, Donegal, and the boys from the old Kelleher. Some from a land beyond the sea, from Boston and New York. The boys who beat the black and tans were the boys from the County Cork. In Ireland's rebel county, our heroes fought and died. Tom Barry gained his gallant crew, the Irish hats with pride. From Skibbereen to Bandon, to Bantry by the sea, our brave young Michael Collins fought for Ireland's liberty. Some of them came from Kerry, some of them came from Clare, Dublin, Wicklow, Donegal, and the boys from the old Kelleher. Some from a land beyond the sea, from Boston and New York, the boys who beat the black and tans were the boys from the county Cork. Cork gave us Max Sweeney, a martyr for to die. Wicklow gave us Dwyer in those days now long gone by. Dublin gave us Patrick Pearse, McBride and Colin Brew. America gave us Devil Era to lead all Ireland through. Some of them came from Kerry, some of them came from Clare, Dublin, Wicklow, Donegal and the boys from the old Kelleher. Some from a land beyond the sea, from Boston and New York, but the boys who beat the black and tans were the boys from the county Cork. We seem to be divided, I really don't know why. We had brave men and heroes who for Ireland they did die. Why not get together and join in unity? The north to south, the east to west, we'll soon see Ireland free. Some of them came from Kerry, some of them came from Clare, Dublin, Wicklow, Donegal and the boys from the old Kelleher. Some from a land beyond the sea, from Boston and New York, the boys who beat the black and tans were the boys from the county Cork. Hey, some of them came from Kerry, some of them came from Clare, Dublin, Wicklow, Donegal, the boys from the old Kelleher. Some from a land beyond the sea, from Boston and New York, the boys who beat the black and tans were the boys from the county Cork. Yeah, the boys who beat the black and tans were the boys from the county Cork. The Rebel County. Hope you like our paraphernalia this evening. It's the best we could do. Red and white, colours of Cork. And the Clancy brothers did and Tommy Macon did a great old version of that. They probably were the folks who brought it to world renown. This one is for Angela Russell over there in Birmingham. And Angela, thank you for requesting this song. The song I included in my live album back in 2008. And another one of our great singer-songwriters in Cork, we hold in high esteem. There's a lot of composers, and so if there's anyone listening in and I'm not singing songs that you expect me to sing, just I don't know the songs as such. There's some great composers and writers in Cork and musicians. And but this one I covered in my it's a song I liked. I think John Spillane wrote this for his daughter. So but there has been other people recorded it. I felt after recording it that it might have been personal, too personal to record, but there has been many more recordings. And John Spillane is one of our great national treasures, and we hold him in very high esteem. There's only one John Spillane. Fair play to him. Who else is going to do it, John? All the ways you wander, all the ways you roam, all across great oceans, all across the foam, to the faraway houses, to the sunsets on fire, searching for the island of your heart's desire, where the sun is always shining, oranges grow on the trees, you only have to wait 2 seconds for everything you please, in the garden of daisies, the circle of lights, searching for the island of your heart's delight. I'll wait like a true friend. I'll wait for you till the very end. And if you take the long way, take the long way home, down where the magicians and the dreamers roam, through the mountains of morning, through the valleys of night, searching for the island of your heart's delight. I'll wait for you like a true friend. I'll wait for you till the very end. I'll wait for you like a true friend. I'll wait for you till the very end. That's for you, Angela. Hope you liked it. Okay, next one is a very popular song in Cork, especially this area of County Cork. We're in a region called Muskerry, and this is a great old song called the Bould, Thady, Quill. This one was carried to Carnegie Hall by Tommy Macon and the Clancy Brothers also, and the Bould, Thady, Quill. So I hope you're ready, Carmel Smith. Are you ready to waltz out there? Is Carmel in, Kathleen?
She is on board.
Carmel, how are you doing? And this one really was sent out to Alan Jones over there in Barnsley in UK, his wife Jackie and his stepson Don, and hope you like this one. This one goes out especially to you folks. And the Bould, Thady, Quill. A whole bunch of lies apparently in the song. It sounds very good lies to me. Ye maids of Duhallow, who are anxious for courting, a word of advice I will give unto you. Proceed to Bantir, to the athletic sports field, and hand in your names to the club committee. Do not commence any sketch of your programme till the carriage you'll see coming over the hill, down through the valleys and glens of Kilcorny, with your own darling sportsman, the Bould, Thady, Quill. For rambling, for roving, for football and sporting, for drinking black porter as fast as you'd fill. In all your days roving, you'll find none so jovial as the Muskerry sportsman, the Bould, Thady, Quill. At the great hurling match between Cork and Tipperary, 'twas played in the park by the banks of the Lee. Our own darling boys were afraid of being beaten. They sent for Bould, Thady to Bandon Car. He hurled the ball right and left in their faces, showed the Tipperary boys action and skill. If they came in his way, he swore he would brain them. The papers were full of the praise for Thady, Quill. For rambling, for roving, for football and sporting, for drinking black porter as fast as you'd fill. In all your days roving, you'll find none so jovial as the Muskerry sportsman, the Bould, Thady, Quill. At the Cork exhibition there was a fair lady whose fortune exceeded $1 million or more, but a bad constitution had ruined her completely, and medical treatment had failed o'er and o'er. Here a mama, says she, I know what belays me, and cure this disease that is threatening to kill. Give over your doctors and medical treatment, I'd rather a squeeze of the Thady Quill. For rambling, for roving, for football and sporting, for drinking black porter as fast as you fill. In all your days roving you'll find none so jovial as a Muskerry sportsman, the Thady Quill. For drinking black porter as fast as you fill. In all your days roving you'll find none so jovial as the Muskerry sportsman, the Thady Quill. The Muskerry sportsman, the Thady Quill. Next dance, please. Okay. It was sad songs, and Cork didn't escape its misfortune in the years of the famine. Sometimes, you know, we read a lot about the famine, and some people suggest there was a Holocaust, and there's a lot of, I suppose, facts to back that theory up as well. But certainly, whatever it was a dreadful time to be living in Ireland if you were lucky enough to survive it. And there was many people left the country and trying to survive, I suppose, and many of them didn't make it to their destination, and hence the coffin ships, a lot of Canada and America. And but as I said, Cork, particularly Skibbereen, did not fare well. And song Skibbereen is a song I love singing the song, but it's a sad song, and I'm going to have to sing it because it's a Cork song. But you know, the song tells the story, so listen carefully to it, and if you close your eyes but don't go to sleep. That's what I suggest, Kathleen. Would you?
Definitely.
Okay. And I'm going to use my partial capo, I think. Might add a little bit of bass to it. Oh, Father dear, I often hear you speak of Erin's Isle, her lofty scenes, her valleys green, her mountains rude and wild. You said it is a lovely place wherein the prince might dwell. Oh, why have you forsaken her? The reason to me tell. My son, I loved your native land with energy and pride, until a blight fell on my crops, my sheep and cattle died. The rents and taxes were too high, I could not them redeem, and that's the cruel reason why I left old Skibbereen. It's well I do remember bleak November's day. The landlord and the sheriff came to drive us all away. They set my house on fire, but their cursed English spleen, and that's another reason why I left old Skibbereen. Your mother too, God rest her soul, lay on the snowy ground. She fainted in her anguish, seeing the desolation round. She never rose, but passed away from sleep to a mortal dream, and found the quiet grave, my boy, in dear old Skibbereen. It's well I do remember the year of 48, when we arose with Aaron's boys to fight against our fates. It was hunted through the mountains as a traitor to the crown, and that's another reason why I left old Skibbereen. Oh, Father dear, the day will come in answer to the call. Each Irishman with feeling stern will answer one and all. I'll be the man to lead a van beneath our flag of green, and loud and high we'll raise the cry, revenge for Skibbereen. Thank you for your patience there, folks. It's one of those songs you can't sing half of it, you've got to sing it all, and I know the attention span these days is a lot shorter than it used to be. The old songs were 20, 30, 40 verses long, Kathleen, did you know that?
No.
Then came the 98 record and so forth, and so they couldn't fit any more than 3 or 4 minutes or something on the record, so that's how we kind of ended up with shorter songs. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Next one is another song I wrote, one of the first songs I was happy with the outcome, and it's semi-autobiographical, I suppose, and dedicated to Liz Armstrong up in Dublin there, who also suggested I sing the song, and this one goes out to you, Liz, and thanks for your continuous support. And it's the title of my last album called Moving On, and moving on through life from birth to demise. Not too poignant, folks, it's just reality, I suppose. First we came into this world, dependent we were born. Our mothers nursed and nourished us for people to adorn. From a little tiny baby, we started soon to grow. Alertness soon developing, our face sweet and aglow. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment, health and love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. As we move on through our childhood, we continue for to learn, striving for good things in life, for success we yearn. Confused and sometimes wondering what life is all about. The things that can confront us will often cast a doubt. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment, health and love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment, live life to its best. It's time to find a partner to live with and to love, someone that's compatible and fits just like a glove. It's not as easy as it seems, but build on what you've got. Trust and care and honesty, you must give it your best shot. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment, health and love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. Soon the children come along, change your way of life. They must fit in somewhere between you and your wife. They will sometimes try and test you to your patience end. You wouldn't change a thing about them as they become your friend. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment, health and love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. Growing old is part of life, with this you must contend. Or given time upon this earth will reach its fated end. So do the best you can in life until you're called away. Tomorrow it may never come, so live life for today. Moving on throughout our lives to fulfill our dreams is what living is about, at least that's what it seems. If you've contentment, health and love, well then your soul is blessed. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. So make the most of every moment and live life to its best. That's all we can do, folks, these days. The figures for COVID seem to be stubbornly staying at a certain
Unfortunately.
pace. Yeah, so we just hope for the best. Hope vaccines and stuff will... We won't talk too much COVID tonight, but we're all living in it, through it, with it. So hope you're all doing okay, folks, bearing with it. Our friend and for a long time at this stage, 20-something years, Barry Andrews from Bantry. Barry's in hospital at the moment and getting tests done, I think he's due back out on Monday, Kathleen.
Yep.
So we'll send this one out to you, Barry. And I'd sing The Voyage for you, but it's not a Cork song, and Johnny Doon is not from Cork. So I'm going to do Right On for you, for you, Barry. And hope everything goes well on your tests, and that you'll find the problem and get a solution. Your health is your wealth, as they say. And this was a big hit for Christy Moore. He launched his solo career after Planksty. This was one of the first great big hits for Christy. Ride the finest horse I've ever seen, standing 16, 1 or 2, with eyes wild and green. You ride a horse so well, hands light to the touch. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. When you ride into the night without a trace behind, run your claw along my gut one last time. I turn to face an empty space where you used to lie, and look for a spark that lights the night to the teardrop in my eye. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Ride on, see you. I could never go with you, no matter how I wanted to. Hear the wind howling, Kathleen.
I can hear it.
Thank you so much, folks. Ride On, written again by Jimmy McCarthy, goes out to you, Barry. And I'll send the next one out to my nephew John, or Jacko as we know him better as, whose birthday is next Wednesday. All right, Kathleen?
That's correct.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jacko. Happy birthday to you. Enjoy your birthday, John, and I know it's not a normal one, but it seems that most of us, all of us, as a matter of fact, have lived through at least one. And this is probably your second lockdown birthday. So, like myself. Here's a song written by a Cork folk singer, songwriter, no longer with us, unfortunately, by the name of Kevin Beale. And this one was launched into our popular local music by the great Jimmy Crowley again once. So, as a lot of the older folks will remember, the drinking, the driving was a new phenomenon to get brutalised maybe 30 years ago. Before that, you could see we saw a lot of cars wobbling in front of us, behind us, Kathleen, and when you think about it, it was suicidal and kamikaze-like. But anyway, obviously, when something changes suddenly and the law is brought in, the breathalyzer, and locally in Cork and other parts of Ireland, it was known as the bag. You're blowing into the bag. This is just to explain for folks outside of Cork. We've got a lot of slang in Cork and a lot of great slang in Cork, as a matter of fact. We've got words for everything. We've got a few words for different things even. And we won't go into that. All I know is that in the Evening Echo, years and years now as a kid ago, there was a great little, done in a kind of cartoon. It was describing all the different slangs of Cork. And trying to think of the guy's name. He was Thady something as well, to my knowledge. And I love that. Maybe it has been published as a book. It would be great, because we got so many slang words in Cork for describing stuff. But anyway, Bandon in West Cork is the centre for the Gardaí, or police force, and that's where a lot of the special cars went out and breathalyzed people coming home from the pub, or sometimes they might even breathalyze them going to the pub. And it was known as the Bandon squad car, the police car, the guards car, in other words. So I'll sing it as clearly as I can, folks, for those of you who are not from Cork. Come all little lads and lassies, and listen to my sad tale, and I tell to you what happened to me one night down in Kinsale. It being the summer season, and I found myself a job, playing ballads in the bar to make an extra bob. I was doing a bit of a Stinsby boy song in the folk house bar, when little did I know in town that night was a dreaded Bandon Car. Oh, they're bagging 'em in Bearhaven, Kilbrittain and Kinsale, 5 Mile and Belgooly. The story's much the same, no matter where you come from and no matter who you are. If you're a man who likes his porter, beware of the Bandon Car. I was just about to leave for home when, much to my dismay, a Garda car with flashing lights came up and barred me way. Says he, have you drink taken? Says I, a small amount. Says he, would that be 3 or 4? Says I didn't count. They made me blow into the bag, say tonight you've gone too far. And to the station I was taken in the back of the Bandon Car. Oh, they're bagging 'em in Bearhaven, Kilbrittain and Kinsale, 5 Mile and Belgooly. The story's much the same, no matter where you come from and no matter who you are. If you're a man who likes his porter, beware of the Bandon Car. The doctor he was sent for, looking tired and distressed. Through bleary eyes he asked of me, would I mind a urine test? I says I likes things private when I answers nature's call, but that request was soon shot down, they had to view it all. What a horrible indignation to take the things so far, and I wish that they'd all go to hell along with their Bandon Car. Oh, they're bagging them in Bearhaven, Kilbrittain and Kinsale, 5 Mile and Belgooly. The story's much the same, no matter where you come from and no matter who you are. If you're a man who likes his porter, beware of the Bandon Car. I've been law-abiding since the day that I was born, and this terrible legislation, I view it now with scorn. There's trickies and there's hooflers who break laws every day, but they can't be caught easy, so get it clean away. That's nice.
Oh, it's so long.
I tried every means I know of to avoid the social scar, but there is no way you'll get fair play from the boys in the Bandon Car. Oh, they're bagging them in Bearhaven, Kilbrittain and Kinsale, 5 Mile and Belgooly. The story's much the same, no matter where you come from and no matter who you are. If you're a man who likes his porter, beware of the Bandon Car. Oh, they're bagging them in Bearhaven, Kilbrittain and Kinsale, 5 Mile and Belgooly. The story's much the same, no matter where you come from and no matter who you are. If you're a man or woman who likes their porter, beware of the Bandon Car. If you're a man or woman who likes their porter, beware of the Bandon Car. What are we doing, Car?
All good.
Okie dokie. Oh, our anthem in Cork, The Banks of My Own Lovely Lee, and I'll send this one out to Carmen Smith, also to Jane Barrett. It's Jane's birthday, yeah?
Yes, they're
Okay.
all in the kitchen, I think.
Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Jane, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Jane. This one's for you as well. Oh, how oft do my thoughts in their fancy take flight to the home of my childhood, away to the days when each patriot's vision seemed bright. Here I dreamed that those joys would decay, but my heart was as light as the wild winds that blow down the Mardyke to each elm tree. All together. Where we sported and played in each green leafy shade on the banks of my own lovely Lee. Where we sported and played in each green leafy shade on the banks of my own lovely Lee. And then in the springtime of laughter and song, will I ever forget the sweet hours with the friends of my youth as we rambled along neath each green mossy banks and wildflowers. Then too sinking to rest, sheds its golden light over the sea. The maid with her lover, the wild daisies pressed on the banks of my own lovely Dee. The maid with her lover, the wild daisies pressed on the banks of my own lovely Dee. The maid with her lover, the wild daisies pressed on the banks of my own lovely Kathleen just informed me that Jane is 90th, so 90th birthday. Happy 90th birthday, Jane. And it's a great age to reach, and hopefully we'll all see it someday. And it's great that you're Helen Hearty, and this COVID thing must be, I hope you got your vaccine, you must have at 90.
She said, thank you very much. You're a lovely singer, she said. So.
Thank you very much, Jane, I appreciate that. And wish you a very, very happy birthday. And it is today, I assume, or this weekend or something?
I think it's today, yeah.
Great stuff, Jane. Happy birthday to you. Okay, I'm going to do a song. This one again was a song covered by Jimmy Crowley, but Jimmy, I think I read somewhere that Jimmy got it actually from Luke Kelly, a Dublin man, the great singer Luke Kelly. And it was covered in recent times, another version by the Chorus and the Chieftains. I know me love by his way of walking, I know my love by his way of talking. Another great old song. And for any of you who are old enough to remember, the dance hall in question in the Mardyke is St. Francis Hall in Cork. And we must have sent this one out to the O'Shea family, Kathleen. He was the man that suggested it. So if any goes right tonight, you can get the compliments tied. If any goes wrong, you're going to have to take the blame, okay? I know me love by his way of walking, and I know me love by his way of talking, and I know me love in a jacket blue. And if my love leaves me, what will I do? And still she cried, I love him the best, and the troubled mind sure can know no rest. And still she cried, honey boys are few, and if my love leaves me, what will I do? There is a dance hall in the Mardyke, and 'tis there me love he goes every night, and he'll sit to wear one down on his knee. And don't you know how that bothers me? And still she cried, I love him the best, and the troubled mind sure can know no rest. And still she cried, honey boys are few, and if my love leaves me, what will I do? If my love knew that I could wash and wring, and if my love knew I could weave and spin, I would weave a cloth of the finest kind. But the want of money leaves me behind. And still she cried, I love him the best, and the troubled mind sure can know no rest. Still she cried, honey boys are few, and if my love leaves me, what will I do? I know me love is a handsome rover, and I know me love will roam the whole world over. And in dear old Ireland he no longer tarry, and an English girl he is sure to marry. And still she cried, I love him the best, and the troubled mind sure can know no rest. Still she cried, honey boys are few, and if my love leaves me, what will I herself she cried. Bonny boys are few, and if my love leaves me, what will I do? And if my love leaves me, what will I do? Okay, do the next one for Steve and Tina Merrick, and a great song written by Jimmy McCarthy once again. And back in the 1980s, when there was a recession, this song was recorded by Christy Moore, and you know, history repeats itself, it seems, with recessions and other reasons for immigration. And a lot of people head off to different countries, different cities, trying to find a new life and hopefully prosperity and a job and so forth, for lots of reasons. I mentioned the famine before, and sometimes just due to lack of work, or and the 1980s recession was no different. There was a lot of people immigrated, a lot of people to Australia, United States, Canada, Europe, and England, of course. And a lot of them still there. A lot of them got on very well, but then there's a portion that may not have been so lucky. And this song is about a guy who immigrated to London, and he's too ashamed really to tell the folks back at home that he's not getting on too well. And you can't live without love alone. In 1986, there's not much for a chippy or swinging the pick. You can't live on love and on love alone, so you sail across the ocean, away across the foam, to where you're a Paddy, a Biddy or a Mick, but for nothing but stacking the brick. Your best mate's a spade and he carries a hod, two workhorses heavily shod. Oh, I'm missing you, I give all for the price of the flight. Oh, I'm missing you under Piccadilly's neon. Who did you murder, or are you a spy? I'm just fond of a drink, helps me laugh, helps me cry. I just drink Red Biddy for a permanent high. Then I laugh a lot less and I cry till I die. I give all for the price of the flight. Oh, I'm missing you under Piccadilly's neon. All you young people, take my advice. Before crossing the ocean, you'd better think twice. You can't live without love alone. And the proofs around London in the nobody zone. The summer is fine, but the winter's a fridge, wrapped up in old cardboard on the Charing Cross Bridge. And you never go home now because of the shame of a misfit's reflection on the shop window's pane. Oh, I'm missing you, I give all for the price of the flight. Oh, I'm missing you under Piccadilly's neon. Thank you so much, folks. And we can't do a song for Steve and Tina without including Pam and Dave. What do you think, Kathleen?
You'll have to
Even up the score.
Oh yeah.
Everyone happy, Kathleen?
I think everyone is happy. There's no complaints yet anyway.
And some folks are asking me about CDs and so forth, folks. Yeah, it's very easy to remember my website. It's www.longneckmusic.com, and if you log in there, you can see I've got some CDs for sale. And Salonika, a great old song, and this is about some guys who went to fight in the war in Salonika in Greece, and there was also a group of lads stayed at home, the lazy guys, the slackers they were known as, and but the soldiers went along, did their duty in Salonika, and it turned out that the slackers were not as lazy as people thought in certain ways, and the soldiers came back and they had 2 or 3 more children to their credit. They weren't even around to be part of it, and they had children with different colour hair to theirs expected, and so you can imagine what happened. Sons with foxy heads. Foxy in Ireland or Cork was red-haired, and when I had hair, it used to be red, especially my beard, Kathleen. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to try and restage that long beard photograph and try and look as close at an angle as possible. That long beard was, I was 22 years of age when I had that long beard, that famous long beard picture. So we'll try and regenerate it at 57 and see what happens.
Only problem, you've nothing up in the top now.
I could put a cap on, Kathleen.
Well, that's true.
Get a wig or something. Oh, me husband's in Salonika, and I wonder if he's dead. I wonder if he knows he has a kid with a foxy head. So right away, nice easy chorus. Right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. And when the war is over, what will the slackers do? They'll be hanging around the soldiers for a loan of a bob or two. So right away, so right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. And when the war is over, what will the soldiers do? They'll be walking around with a leg and a half. The slackers, they live too. Not sure how you could walk with a leg and a half. Right away, crushes me. Right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. Oh, they taxed a pound of butter and they taxed a halfpenny bun, but still with all their taxes they can't beat the bloody Hun. So right away, so right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. Oh, they taxed the Colosseum, they taxed St. Mary's Hall. Why don't they tax the bobbies with their backs against the wall? So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. When the war is over, what will the slackers do? For every kid in America, in Cork there will be 2. So right away, so right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. They takes us out to Blarney and they lays us on the grass, puts us in the family way and leaves us on our ass. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. But don't ever marry a soldier, a sailor or a marine, but keep your eye on the Sinn Féin boy with his yellow, white and green. So right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. Right Right away, Salonika, right away, me soldier boy. Okay, Kathleen, here's your favourite song coming up, and I dedicate it to Dave Madden as well down there in Timoleague, and all the folks down in Timoleague. Charlie Madden crew, we call them, for so they all know who they are, and can't wait to go back down there. But we have to hold fast for another small bit, Kathleen, you think?
Unfortunately, yes.
Unfortunately, and it must be very hard for businesses like that to try to ride the storm, come out the other end. But the Bright Blue Rose, one of my favourite songs for sure as well. And we'll also send this out to Eileen O'Mahony down there in West Cork. And to everyone around the Dripsey area and surrounding parishes and neighbourhoods, and also to my own family peers, and to Ricky, Lorna and Emma as well. Start again. I skimmed across black water without once submerging onto the banks of an urban morning that hungers the first light, which much more than the mountains ever do. She, like a ghost beside me, goes down with the ease of a dolphin, and he emerges unlearned, unshamed, unharmed. She is a perfect creature, natural in every feature. I am the geek with the alchemist's stone. For all of you must discover, for all who seek to understand, for having left the path of others, you'll find a very special hand. It is a holy thing, and it is a precious time. It is the only way. Forget-me-nots among the snow, it's always been so it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. For all of you who must discover, for all who seek to understand, for having left the path of others, you'll find a very special hand. It is a holy thing, and it is a precious time. It is the only way. Forget-me-nots among the snow, It's always been, and so it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. One bright blue rose outlives all those 2,000 years, and still it goes, to ponder his death and his life eternally. The wind is blowing up higher, Kathleen.
It's getting wilder.
We're safe when we're warm. What more could we ask for?
Absolutely.
Okay, we have a couple of songs left, folks, and thank you for joining us this evening. And thank you, Ty, for suggesting the topic, the subject, and Cork. As you can see, we're very proud of our Cork County and Cork City. And Cork, for those of you who don't know it, is the largest county. There's 32 counties in the island of Ireland, and we're the largest in Cork. So over 500,000 people live here, and we claim Cork to be the real capital.
Oh, definitely.
The People's Republic of Cork, and
Yep.
we're good friends with Kerry, no doubt. They're good neighbours of ours, and all our surrounding Munster counties. And the only one we don't touch, I think, is Clare. Like from a boundary point of view,
That's
we
right.
touch all the other counties. Am I right in saying that? I think I am. Tipperary, Waterford, Kerry, and Limerick. Yeah. I just thought of that now, Kathleen.
Yep.
So does Limerick touch them all? It doesn't. Okay. Enough geography for the evening, and geography, as you see, in other parts of the world. And the Boys of Fair Hill is another great old song, and so you can clap your hands along to the last couple, folks. And here goes. Come on, boys, and you see lads and lassies full of glee, famous for all they would make your heart thrill. The boys, they will not pardon you, the girls, they will charm you. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. The smell from Patrick's Bridge is wicked, how does father match your spigot? Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. Shandon steeple stands up straight, the river Lee flows underneath. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. The Blackpool girls are very rude, they go swimming in the nude. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. The Blackpool girls are very small, up against the sunbeam wall. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. The Blackpool hens don't lay at all, when they lay them small. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. The Dripsey lads are very nice, I have tried it once or twice. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. Christy ring, hook the ball, we hook Christy, ball and all. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. And if you want to join our club, just come down to the Skibbereen pub. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. For the smell from Patrick's Bridge is wicked, how does father match your sticket? Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. Shandon steeple stands up straight, the river Lee flows underneath. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. Here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. And it's here's up the mall, says the boys of Fair Hill. Up Cork. We have to leave you with the Holy Ground, and hope you enjoyed the songs from Cork this evening. We'll be back next Saturday evening. It's Easter Saturday, Kathleen, isn't it?
That's correct.
So our Easter edition. So make sure you have all your Easter eggs, and you can eat. You're allowed to eat 2 during the show. 2 Easter eggs, full Easter eggs. Now, if you're cute, as we say, or if you're wise, you can buy 2 big Easter eggs. Doesn't matter what size they are, 2 is your limit, okay? Now, if I was gigging in the public arena, we'd have a big shout back at Fine Girl You Are for this Holy Ground song, and so I'm expecting you're going to do it at home. And I'm going to do it foolishly here as well. If you want to sing it, Kathleen, you can.
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
actually have to sing it, you can just shout it. Fine girl. Very well, my lovely Dinah, 1,000 times true. We're going away from the holy ground, and the girls we all love true. We will sail the salt sea over, we'll return for shore to see again the girls we love on the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, you're the girl I do adore. Still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, and now the storm is raging. We are far from the shore. The good old ship is tossing about, and the rigging is all torn. And the secret of my mind, my love, you're the girl I do adore. Still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, you're the girl I do adore. Still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, and now the storm is over. We are safe and well. We're going to a public house, and we sit and drink our fill. We will drink strong ale and porter, make the rafters roar. When our money is all spent, we'll go to sea once more. Fine girl you are, the girl I do adore. Still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are, the girl I do adore. Still I live in hopes to see the holy ground once more. Fine girl you are. The holy ground is Cove in County Cork, Queenstown. So, Salonika, Kelleher, folks, happy Easter to all of you. West Cork whiskey, Kathleen. This will ease us into the Kruger Brothers.
Go for it.
Oh, I'll have to be multitasking here. Salonika, Kelleher, folks, happy Easter to everyone. Have a great week, and be good, be careful.
Night, folks. Okay.